Coming to the new year, my name is John Banks and I'm Mr. School on Uganda Broadcasting Corporation TV. From wherever you may be watching us from, hope you had a splendid 2022 and into 2023. Nothing changes, by the way. It's about your head and your mental attitude that will see you through the year. You work pretty hard. No one is going to put food on your table. No one is going to love you. Please, just be lovable and everyone will simply follow suit. Grace Kemigisa is in studio with me for us for this first edition of the score. We promise you it's going to be about a seal from last year and building into a little of what may come 2023, especially for Uganda. TBC, we buy and build Uganda. How are you, Grace?
I'm good, Banks. How are you?
How was your 2022? It's been a while since we worked.
I know it's been a while. The last time I left you, you guys were in World Cup spirits.
Yeah.
How did you finish World Cup?
Yeah, the World Cup was splendid. Of course, it was a great one for Ugandans. Forget the fact that we had a few games, but even those few games we had were quite a lot.
Yeah,
because at the end of the month, you leave UBC and go home and sleep for about 2 days just to recuperate and get back to working times again. So 28 games they gave us, the organizers gave us, and I think they were splendid. Most importantly, we had the most important games, the opening game and the closing
game.
That is the most important.
And most of the African games, which was a delight. As a Ugandan, I was blessed to be able to watch soccer for free without saying subscription this, subscription that. Yeah. So it was a delight for me. My year ended with the cricket team, definitely in Rwanda.
We shall get there. But
so
we shall get. I know you went to Rwanda with the cricket team and you're an ardent follower of the rugby. Sorry, cricket.
Yeah,
cricket in Uganda. You're going to tell Ugandans about how 2020 is fared for you and you build into 2023. I think we start there because you were pinched about it.
Yeah, my year ended with the cricket team, who my favorite Cranes, as everyone knows. They were in Rwanda. The cricket team, both teams, the ladies and the gents team, were away from Kampala in December. The ladies team was in Kenya for a quadrangular series, which we won, interestingly. The Victoria Pearls closing the year with a win against Kenya, but they topped the group, the four country group that had Qatar, Tanzania and Kenya, Uganda coming out on top. Where I was in the Tri-Nation series, it was a round robin event for the men's team, men's senior team. What I understood was the associate countries in the region want to get more playing time for their teams so that when it comes to T20, because in this year 2023 we have a World Cup for qualifier and everyone wants to qualify for that team, so for that tournament. So the gents were there, Uganda winning 9 out of 12 games, losing 1 and then having 2 non-decision games. Tanzania coming out to show Uganda that this is not for jokes. Yeah. They really played hard games there, and it was a good tournament for the men who came into the tournament as the African champions. I think my highlight of the year was the Cricket Cranes winning the Africa Cup in September. They also had a Challenge League B last year where they came in second, fell short by net run rate, but very amazing for the Cricket Cranes. Individual awards, Simon Sesazi making 100 runs in a single T20 game, first Ugandan to do that, but also first Ugandan to make 1,000 runs in a T20 series. So very good there. Frank Suga with the highest bowling economy rate overall in the world. So for me, those were very great achievements for the Cricket Cranes. This year we have World Cup qualifiers and many tournaments to come. So I am really looking forward to a great cricket year.
Yeah, that is Grace Joyce Kemigisa for you. She summarized the cricket and how it all started. Of course, they didn't get off to a flyer. That cricket be narrow, missing out to the next level of cricket. I think played in Zimbabwe, the later stages. It's a pathway for the qualification to the World Cup. Yeah,
we missed out the World Cup. Now we have to make sure we qualify this year for the next one.
Absolutely. So that is how it fared. But the Uganda Cricket Association, hopefully, they will build on momentum they've set as we climax there. The good thing about them is that they respect both genders. It's one of those associations in Uganda that almost gives equal treatment to boys and girls.
Actually, what I didn't say is in the previous year, they also took both the under-19 teams, girls and boys. They took the boys to the World Cup. The boys won 2 of the games in West Indies. Then the girls went to Rwanda for the World Cup qualifier, where we still fell short, coming in second after Rwanda. And the Rwanda under-19 girls have just gone for the under-19 Women's World Cup this week. So I think, as you've said, they pay attention to both the gents and the women.
Yeah, Uganda Cricket Association, we thank you very much for doing that, because it's prudent really, because we do not know who will succeed. The girls at times can succeed more than the boys, and are great that you do actually respect that in equal treatment. By the I repeat that, I reiterate that in equal treatment, these guys get the boys and girls to get competition everywhere they possibly can. Of course, that is the cricketer team for you. Grace Joyce Kemgisa also follows rugby religiously, and it's rugby that this year, in fact, I think from last year, rugby may have been the best individual sport team, especially at national team level, winning the Africa Cup and thus qualifying for the World Cup, and of course, starting with the Commonwealth Games that they went to and played. Yeah,
rugby did very well. I would like to say our one side of the rugby team did very well. The other, we are still coming there. The rugby sevens did very, very well this year, starting off with winning the Africa Cup here in Uganda, which was also a qualifier for them to go into the Commonwealth Games, going into the Commonwealth Games and doing very well, coming up on 9th. But then trouble came in Chile, where they had to qualify for the World Cup, and they fell short, but did very well, won a couple of games, around 3, which was very good, but it was not enough to take the Jets into the World Cup. They came back to a World Cup series, the HSBC World Cup series down in Cape Town, and won the ball, which is, I don't know how I can stem it. They are the leaders of the second region here, so
basically, if anyone is watching TV for the first time and hearing of rugby and whatever Grace is talking about, the bowl and the main championship, when you fall out of a tournament, say the World Cup in rugby, you just don't back and get back home like is in football.
Yes.
As long as you miss out on from the group stages, as long as you don't qualify to the next round, in football you pack your bags and leave Qatar. But what happens at the World Cup, Rugby World Cup, you stay on. After all, it's played over 2 or 3 days. Yeah. You stay on. Everyone leaves that place with a position.
Yes.
That is what it means, principally,
in
simple terms.
Yeah, basically. Thank you, Barnes, for simplifying that. So our team came up with the championship of that coming on top of all the people that did not make it to the top, which was very good. But they ended the year on a low. They went to the Dubai Sevens, and the team didn't win anything. And they also came to the Cape Town Sevens and didn't win anything, which was very challenging. However, we saw the likes of Adrian Casito getting awards, personal awards for his contribution to the Sevens team last year, which was very good. He stood out definitely with the likes of Worokoroch and Philip and Michael Worokoroch, both the Worokoroches, which was very, very good. But then going to the 15th, just to go for the ladies sevens, the ladies also participated in a World Cup series, but it didn't do very well. So it was they were just part of the Africa Women's Cup. They participated, which was okay. So we hope for better for the sevens team. Then in the local league, the Hippos defeated Cobs in the sevens series, which was like a fresh of breath air, having another person take the cup after the Cobs had taken it for over 5 times. So it was a very, very good thing for the sevens series. Coming to the 15th, internationally, there wasn't a lot happening for the 15th team because, as I said, I think last year we concentrated more on the sevens team. People watching who don't know about rugby, rugby has two formats. We have the sevens and the 15th. So the 15th is played 80 minutes by 15 players. The sevens is played 14 minutes by 7 players. So it's very fast, and the ball runs really, really quick. So for the 15th, there wasn't a lot, but the women Lady Rugby Cranes had a qualifier at Wankulukuku to qualify for the World Cup, which did not go very well. We started off good, defeating Zambia in our first opener really well. Then Kenya came and disciplined
to school.
us. Disciplined us really, really well. So we lost out on that. And now we are back. Sorry. The unfortunate thing about that is when we lost that, we went back even to like League B. For people who watch football, you're relegated from the main league to another league. So we went back to the lower pool for the women, which was not very good. Then the men went for the Africa Under 20, the Uganda 15s went for the Africa Under 20. We won 2 games in that, but which was not. Which was, I would say this, it wasn't a good performance, but it was an okay performance because the under 20 rugby 15s team was just put together when the tournament came. So overall, I would say 15s, for the 15s team, we need to see more 2023, and for the 7th team, let us continue flying.
Yeah, we told you that this show is going to be about summarizing for you, recapping for you what 2022 actually offered to us. And the reason we come to you in 2023, recapping 2022, is because during the running of the World Cup that started 18th November?
Yes,
18th November. Till around still 18th of December. We didn't have any sports show, so we didn't get any chance. And after the World Cup,